Is 96 hours enough? Slight panic. More secrets to be revealed. I really hope I get through these books with the ambiance. Because I really need to know. At this current stage, I am a little bit obsessed. I just wanted more vampires, so I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to panic in the process. It's a good mess, but it's a mess. This might be a failure. Hello everyone, what's up and welcome back to another reading vlog. This vlog is probably going to be chaotic as hell, but in the next 96 hours, I am going to try and finish 4 books that are on my TBR that need to be done by Monday for the Magical Readathon. The first book that we are going to look at is Foxglove by Adalyn Grace. This is the second book in the Belladonna series. We basically follow Signa, who can communicate with death and who has been kind of behind a series of deaths since she was a baby. So now she's going to a family, which is like her somewhere distant relative, uncle, something along those lines, and she's going to live with him until she turns 18, where she will get her inheritance money. While she's there, she's being haunted by the Lord's wife who recently died, and so she ends up solving her murder. And the second book is basically her trying to solve a second murder that happened in the manor as well, and we get introduced to another array of characters. I don't want to give anything away because yeah, spoilers. The second book is going to be The Laughing Corpse by Laurell K. Hamilton. This is the second book in the Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. I don't really know what it's about. The only thing I know is we follow Anita, who's a vampire hunter, and she usually gets roped in like these dangerous situations. It's an urban fantasy. I do like my urban fantasies. Need I say more? How many did I say I want to read? 4. I lied to you, there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 96 hours enough? Slight panic. Anyway, so the next one is Dark is the Word. Can't remember who wrote it, but I know it's a Red Riding Hood retelling with dragons. Then the next one I want to read is Princess of Mars, which is apparently a classic, and it's apparently about this guy who goes to Mars and he discovers a princess. I don't know, I just put it on there because one of the prompts is to read a book with a planet name in the title, and I was like, I can't find anything. Princess of Mars popped up and I was like, okay. So we're doing this one. And then the last one is Beneath Black Sails by Claire Sager, which is basically the first book in, I think it's Beneath Black Seas or something along those lines, or Beneath Dark Seas series. Editing Natasha can just put it in here. I did read the previous, or the novella, in the beginning of the readathon. Really loved it, so I have been dying to get into this book. That is going to be my TBR. Let's hope I don't die in the process. Good morning. I've been working since 4 o'clock this morning. It is now 10 to 8 and I am tired. We are just going to dive into today's vlog. But I think firstly, I just want to watch a YouTube video and then I will be changing when it's a bit warmer. It's like that really spring mood now where the mornings are cold but the day is hot. Anyway, so I'll then be changing and then starting to read. So technically this isn't really 96 hours. We'll use it in a loose term. The first book I'm going to start with is Foxglove, and I'm already 37% into that book. I'm really enjoying it so far. There are things that have been revealed that I was like, oh, okay. More secrets to be revealed. There was this one thing that Fate told Signa that just, it left me speechless. I don't want to put it here because I'm scared of spoilers. It was good. I'm intrigued to see where this is going. We also have a point of view from Blythe, and I'm just like, why? Why is this needed? Is it because we wanted to get the book so that it's a bit longer? I don't mind her point of views. It's just that, I don't know, she's a bit annoying. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anyone else's reviews on Foxglove because I wanted mine to be as objective as possible, or subjective, I guess. I'm at that point where Blythe is questioning Signa's love for her, I guess. I'm not sure, because she was talking to one of the characters and one of the characters says they saw Signa running after Percy the night of the incident. And now she's just like questioning everything. She's asking, is Signa really there to care about her? And I'm just like, oh boy. So we're gonna have probably a conflict regarding that, and we're also going to have a conflict between Signa and her life issue. I'm trying to be as vague as possible. I really hope I get through these books. Let's just get on with the day. Oh, so much work to do. It's not even funny. I'm currently just past 50% of Foxglove. I'm still enjoying it. I don't have a lot to say other than I thought Blythe was going to be the better person, but she wasn't. I am done with work now, thank goodness, because I'm so tired. But I also have this inkling to, I have a bookcase there. I want that to be my TBR bookcase because I don't have a TBR cart. There's no space in this place for a TBR cart, but I do have that bookcase in which I have some of my favorite YA stories when I loved them when I was younger, and they just stuck with me, so they're over there. Then I have this bookcase over here, which is a mix of books that I did read and books that I still want to read. And then I have this bookcase here, which is basically a TBR case. Most of the books in there I haven't read. I think there's 1 or 2 books in there that I've read. The problem is my husband and I went to the gym on Wednesday. We did cardio and apparently legs because my legs are so sore. I can barely stand. So it's going to be an issue to travel around with books. So I'm thinking I should not do that right now. So instead, I'm going to be listening to Foxglove while playing The Sims. Just for, you know, relaxing afternoon. I am also debating on having coffee, but that would be my 3rd cup, and I'm trying to cut back on coffee because my acidic levels in my stomach has been very out of whack recently. I obviously have acidic issues, so it's no surprise to me that if I drink too much coffee or if I drink too much carbohydrated drinks, that kind of thing, especially Monster, and everyone's going, yeah, we told you so. Yeah, my stomach acidity acts up and then I suffer for weeks on end. So it's not good, it's something else, but yeah. Anyway, so I'm thinking of actually making a red cappuccino. I don't know, maybe. Because it's also cool in this room. Like the wind picked up this morning because we have a cold front coming in, and I was sitting here with the window open and I was like, it's a bit chilly, so I closed it. It's a bit warmer in here now, but not by much. So yeah, I think I should be leaving the bookcase for another time. I think I'm gonna go make me a red cappuccino. It's healthier. And I'll see you guys when I have more updates. Hopefully when I'm done with this book. I have like, I think 3 hours left in Foxglove, so we'll see. Hello everyone, happy Saturday. I can officially come to you and say I finished Foxglove. I really like the story. I enjoyed the ambience it gave, or the ambiance, and the, you know, the things that happened, the pining, the tension between the characters. Obviously I'm not going to say which characters because I don't want to give anything away, but if you have read Belladonna, you would know who I'm referring to, and if you've read Foxglove, sure. I'm also mad that I've waited about a year to read Foxglove because I finished Belladonna I think in August last year, and I was like, yeah, I would continue, but you know, eventually. And I think because of the magical readathon, because it had a poisonous plant on it, I was like, okay, so this is actually my sign to read it. And I'm mad that I only left it until now. I could have read Wisteria right now, but I don't think Wisteria is poisonous. It was just all around a good time. I did not see that ending coming, probably because I wasn't really focusing on some of the characters. And the guilty party was also... No, actually, I did expect the person to be who they were. We were bamboozled at the end, close to the end. But then the real perpetrator was revealed and I was like, oh, so that makes more sense right now. Not a lot of questions, but like, you're sus, in a sense. I'm excited to see where the next book takes us. I wonder if it's going to be more of Blythe and the other character instead of it being Signa and Death. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I am planning on reading it maybe next month or the month after it because I really need to know. Anyway, so I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It wasn't that 5-star feeling for me. I won't probably obsess about it for long, but at this current stage, I am a little bit obsessed. And now we're moving on to The Laughing Corpse by Laurell K. Hamilton. This is for, title has a verb, so The Laughing Corpse, and I am currently on chapter 3. I was in the middle of chapter 3 last night and my eyes just couldn't stay open, so I put it down and I went to sleep very quickly. It is now, I don't think I said it, it's 9:30. So I want to play The Sims for a bit, just a bit, but in between I'll read, and then afterwards I'll hunker down, you know, be serious, read a bit, and then we'll be moving on to Dark is the Wood. I think The Laughing Corpse and Dark is the Wood, as well as Beneath Black Sails, might be quicker. We're just gonna have a casual Saturday. I think I'm gonna finish, hopefully, The Laughing Corpse today, and then we can move on to Dark is the Wood tonight. Anita is a lot like, I think I've mentioned this before when I read the first book of this, but Anita is a lot like Elena from the Bitten series and the Woman of the Otherworld series by Kelly Armstrong. She has that, you know, I don't take crap, and she also has that sarcasm about her that I really enjoy. I think I'm gonna play The Sims and watch a bit of YouTube because I need to catch up on some YouTube videos. Hello everyone, I finished The Laughing Corpse yesterday, actually last night at like 10:30 because I was playing The Sims until after 12, and then I was like, okay, maybe I should actually just get reading. So I finished that, didn't really read Dark is the Wood until this morning, so I'm only like 5% into Dark is the Wood. But before we get into that, because I already have some complaints, The Laughing Corpse was a nice book. I just wanted more vampires instead of getting a whole book centered around zombies. It was basically about this rampaging zombie going ham on everyone, and Anita trying to solve this while trying to solve like a situation around a dog voodoo priestess or something along those lines. There were like 3 issues surrounding her situation, and she had to fix 3 issues, and lo and behold, 2 of the issues were linked. So I was like, okay. We did get a few vampires, but I was hoping for a bit more vampires. But overall, it's a great open fantasy. I don't know, it's slowly replacing the Women of the Otherworld. Not replacing. You know, like when you're done with the series and you start another one and then you're like, okay, I like this one as well. It's kind of that feel to me. And then Dark is the Wood, 5% in, and there's this plague happening in this town, and usually what happens is one person in the town dies and then 3 other children survive, or one child dies and 3 others survive. The problem is our main character's mother was first married to another person, and they have this medallion that was apparently meant for the daughter. And the daughter overhears this, her mother's talking to her stepfather, and she's telling this medallion was actually supposed to be for Gillian, and it wasn't supposed to be for me, but I need to save my son. And the stepfather's like, okay, but let's talk this through, think this through, and then tomorrow morning we'll fix whatever the issue is. And Gillian, for no apparent reason, she doesn't even think this through. She doesn't even wake up her parents and be like, okay, but what is this medallion for? Besides the fact that I can go into the woods unharmed. She just picks this thing up, takes clothes with her, and now she's heading towards the woods. She doesn't have questions. She doesn't have answers to her questions. She just goes. And I'm just like, okay, that's a bit brave of you. Like, I first want to be prepared before just taking this medallion thing and being like, okay, bye. I'm going to fix my own issue. But hopefully I can finish this book quickly today. The problem is I don't think I will be finishing my TBR for this month. Like, really, I don't. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to panic in the process. Hopefully tomorrow I can smash through Princess on Mars. Hopefully it's quickly, or quick. And then Beneath Black Sails, hopefully that's also quick. I feel like it's not going to be. So might this be the year that I fail and I have to restart everything? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's already past 3. It's almost past 3. And I'm only at 5%. So it's going good. Hello. Happy Monday. I was fully convinced today that I wasn't going to make this reading challenge. Like, I was going to forfeit the autumn equinox and I was gonna fail my term. And I think that would be the first time like I failed failed anything. And the competitive side of me was just like, no, you can't do that. I did finish Dark is the Wood at 11ish. It is now 11:45. So, you know, I had to wake up early this morning. By 9:30, I just put the book down. I was like, listen, I cannot carry on with this book. I just really need to go to bed. And then I woke up at like 3:30 this morning. So I'm a bit haggard, but it's fine. But to talk about Dark is the Wood before I tell you what I'm going to be reading further, there's only one change from what I've been talking about. But anyway, Dark is the Wood is a mess. It's a good mess, but it's a mess. I mentioned this yesterday that the main character, she had like no thoughts before going into the forest, before going to try and save her brother. And the problem with the forest that she walked into, it's like once you're in, you can't go out. Like you can't go back to the homeland. You have to stay in the Shadowland. And she didn't know this. You know, it would have been nice if you talked to your people to find this out. She didn't know. So fast forward, we meet the male main character who is dragon born, because he's born from the dragon, the main dragon in the story. She fights with him for the first 50%, trying to persuade him to take her back home. And he's like, I can't do that. You know, you have to marry my father. I can't do that. And she's like, no, but you have to. So there's that fighting going on the whole time. Then she meets the Dragon King, and he has this thing that he has to marry witches to sire sons. That's like the whole premise of this book. And while it was a good premise, I feel like the execution of it was not done in a very great manner. Because the problem is that, you know, when you have high stakes in books, especially fantasy books, I expect some people to die, but it's like this 1,000-year-old dragon keeps throwing a tantrum, then he stalks towards his lair, and then he sulks there for a while, but he doesn't change his mind about letting Gillian go and being like, oh, okay, I see morally this is questionable. No, she still has to marry him, and he will by force persuade her to fall in love with him. And I was like, oh my soul. It didn't gel well with that part of the story. I did like the witchy elements in the story. Like there was a point in time where she went to the witches, she kind of escaped, so she went to them, and that was enjoyable. I couldn't like grasp the last 20% of this book. Not that like it was complicated, I had to skim through because it got so repetitive. If you call it a combination between Red Riding Hood and Beauty and the Beast, you would think there were some elements of it. It was just called Red Riding Hood because she has a red cloak. That is the only correlation I can think of because this is Red Riding Hood. I can see some of the elements for Beauty and the Beast, but why call it a mash of Red Riding Hood when the only characteristic of this book from Red Riding Hood is she has a red cloak? I'm giving it 3 stars. It's a very low 3 stars, but I'm giving it a 3 stars. And now I will be moving on to A Princess of Mars, which was written by Edgar Rice Burroughs. It's a 6-hour audiobook if you listen to it on 1 speed, but I usually listen to 2.5. So hopefully I can finish it within 3 hours. And then that would be for the prompt, something about a planet on the title. And then I was going to read Beneath Black Sails by Claire Sager for the compass on the cover, but you know, I'm really pushing for time now since it's almost 12 now. So I decided to go for Dark Shores by Daniel L. Jensen. It looks like a new series, so I'll be adding a new series to my list. It's going slowly, but it's going. Hello. I usually greet people like that. I don't know why I greet you like you are people. I mean like face-to-face people. I don't know how I feel about this book. The Princess of Mars is like strange in a way. It really reads between a mix of Gulliver's Travels and what is that other book that I hate so much? Daniel Defoe. It kind of reads like that. It's a person just relaying how they ended up in Mars, how they have been trained to somehow learn their language and stuff. I feel like this is almost also a satire like Gulliver's Travels was. Anyway, besides the point, I feel like I'm in university again listening to this book. There's like not really a set star rating I want to give this. Maybe it's going to be like a 3-star, but I'm feeling 2 because I'm actually quite bored. I'm just listening to it to listen to it. It's to 30 basically now, and I still have a long way to go with this book, so this might be a failure. But you know, at least I enjoyed myself. I guess that's all that counts. So I don't want a DNF. I don't want a DNF. Maybe I should see how many points I have and then just buy. There's the shop where you can buy to finish the course, because I think I have like 200 points. I don't know, I have to check G's video again, but I think if you want to skip on a course, it's like 150 points. I can't remember, or 50. I really can't remember. I just remember it was a very high price. It's fine, I can... No, but this video is going to be a fail. Actually, I did read 2 books, so it's not completely a fail. We'll see how far I get. If I don't get far enough, then I'll just buy some points to finish this grade. It's quite sad, actually.
A few moments later.
So... Good grief. I almost got to 60% of A Princess on Mars, but no. Just no. It's a satire on Americans invading the Red Indians, and while I like classics, this isn't one of my classics. It makes me think of university, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna DNF this book, and then I'm going to purchase at the Guild Emporium The Potion of Knowledge, which makes me... It says here, don't think you'll be able to pass your semester in time and don't want to have to play catch up later either, because I don't want to do that. It says use the Potion of Knowledge when in need of an automatic pass for the entire semester, no reading required. I would use other scrolls, but this one is just... It makes more sense because the other ones make you have extra reading time. So yeah, I'm just gonna purchase the Potion of Knowledge. It's quite sad that I didn't get to all the books. If I didn't drag my feet last week, I probably would have finished, but you know, I'm quite happy with what I've been reading this whole month, because I've been reading a lot of other books as well. Unfortunately, they just didn't fit the prompts, which would have been great for my side, but it just never happened. With that, the readathon comes to an end. I'm excited for next month, October, because I'm doing this bookoplathon and I'm going to roll as I go. So I want to see how many books I read. But I'll see you guys in a video next week. Bye.